Many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV News, and I am Ansumana Eso Nyasi. Our headlines this evening: President Barrow has called on the IEC to order the Gambia Democratic Congress (GDC) to desist from granting former President Yahya Jammeh the platform to make inciting comments. The Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Toure, on Wednesday laid the foundation stones for the expansion of the Battle-Harding Highway and the Banjul International Airport's VVIP lounge, alongside the inauguration of the rehabilitated Banjul International Airport Terminal. A petition filed at the High Court by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay of Citizens Alliance following his disqualification as a candidate for the presidential election of December 4, 2021 has again been adjourned, this time to Thursday 18th November at 2 p.m. and Friday 19th November at 10 a.m. And following the launching of a $1 million challenge fund for women entrepreneurs, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with support from partners, held an award ceremony for the winners. And in our 10 p.m. news, we will bring you a special report on the press conference called by government ministries in response to the recent fuel shortage crisis. Do stay tuned. And we now take a look at the news in detail. President Adama Barrow has called on the Independent Electoral Commission to order the Gambia Democratic Congress Party to immediately desist from granting former President Yahya Jammeh the platform to make inciting comments. LCC reports.
Speaking full of Sarengai in Woolly West on Tuesday, President Barrow, who is also the candidate of the NPP-led coalition, advocates a peaceful electoral process. He called on the National Electoral Body, the IEC, to order the GDC party leader Mama Kandeh to stop granting exiled former President Jammeh a platform to make comments that can incite violence. He said former President Jammeh is in exile in Equatorial Guinea and shouldn't be given the platform to make comments that can provoke instability and chaos.
Ko jamnen pala e derdi leydi ya jamme ko asylum o woni asylum o kalimbo any right pour wada campagne der Gambia do si tay o do mbara dum facilité pour hala do he platform amen platform ngana no way mi adende fitna min jawata dum ko mamba wonde o yesojo o mi den mbara mo won seriously dum ne mi nodda ay sikadi mbara notice Mama Kandeh ay si campagne di wona loi o ko do wonno do ko don woni nden yo war respect ko warata ko yo accu dum so accani dum kala ko hebi ko kanko tigisal dum.
He advocates the respect of the national laws, stressing that any attempt to incite violence will be dealt with according to the law. Ex-President Jammeh has been living in exile since his ousting in 2017, but recently has been commenting on the domestic politics via audio recordings as the country prepares to vote in December. Reporting for QTV News from Bassi in the Upper River region, I am Alou Cisse.
Now, the Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Toure, on Wednesday laid the foundation stones for the expansion of the Battle-Harding Highway and the VVIP lounge alongside at Banjul International Airport and the inauguration of the airport's rehabilitated terminal. Mohamed Lamin Choi reports.
On behalf of the Minister of Works, Mamour Njie, the Finance Minister outlines the socio-economic impacts of the project as part of President Barrow's development drive to address development challenges facing Gambians to boost commerce and improve the urban outlook of the country. The VVIP Presidential Lounge and the rehabilitated airport terminal will improve the Gambia's regional competitiveness in travel and tourism, and the expansion of the Battle-Harding Highway to improve traffic circulation across the Greater Banjul area. The Saudi Fund for Development, a major development financing partner of the projects, is funding the OIC 50-kilometer routes and the VVIP Presidential Lounge. Its CEO, Sultan Al-Marshad, gives a reassurance of the SFD's continued support to the Gambia to achieve its sustainable development aspirations and economic growth.
This project will increase airport operational capacity by 43%, and it will also enhance trade, support economy growth, and improve living standard for more than 2 million people.
The regional director of the Islamic Development Bank, Musa Hasila, a Gambian and a former trade minister, recounts the Islamic Development Bank's historical record in development projects in the Gambia and says it will continue to support the development efforts of the government in line with its national development plan.
Therefore, has demonstrated willingness to support the government of the Gambia in the development of the road network.
The Director of Operations of the Kuwaiti Fund for Arabic Economic Development, Al-Walid Al-Bahar, highlights the significance of the infrastructure projects in socio-economic development of the country, particularly the transport sector. The Kuwaiti Fund is among the development partners of the Gambia.
Government has demonstrated a high degree of efficiency in the planning and implementation of development projects in the Republic of Gambia, and we take this opportunity to assure you of Kuwait Fund continuous support in your effort for the development of your friendly country.
The CEO of the OIC Gambia Secretariat, Yankoba Diba, thanks the development partners for their contribution to the OIC key priority projects. With development partners' continued support, the CEO is confident that these projects will be completed in a timely fashion and host the OIC summit in a manner every Gambian can be proud of. On behalf of President Barrow, the Vice President lays the foundation stones of the expansion of the Bertil-Harding Highway and the VVIP Presidential Lounge. As with the other speakers, the Vice President underscores the significance of the OIC infrastructure projects in improving access to social services such as hospitals, schools and commercial centers in urban Gambia.
Therefore, there is no doubt that numerous economic and social benefits will be derived from this project for the country at large.
The Vice President and the delegation of development partners and senior government officials then proceeded to the Banjul International Airport for the foundation stone laying of the VVIP Lounge and the inauguration of the rehabilitated airport terminal. The event concluded with the Vice President and the Saudi Fund for Development departing for site visits to the OIC's 50-kilometer urban roads. Mohamed Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Now, the High Court petition filed by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay of Citizens Alliance following his disqualification as a candidate for the presidential election of December 4, 2021 was today heard by Justice Aminata Sao Ceesay at the High Court. The presidential aspirant was among 15 applicants whose nominations were rejected by the IEC for not fulfilling all the nomination requirements. The case has been adjourned to Thursday, 18th November at 2 p.m. and Friday, 19th November at 10 a.m. Now, following the launching of a $1 million challenge fund for women entrepreneurs, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with support from the International Trade Center, on Wednesday held an award ceremony for the winners. Abibato Ceesay reports.
Accelerating early grassroots solutions to address the challenges in accessing markets, transportation and distribution of produce, agro-processing and storage facilities, as well as promoting climate-smart ventures. The application was open to women entrepreneurs from all regions of the country with a focus on rural women entrepreneurs. Umi Ceesay, a GCCI board member, says despite the immense participation of women in socio-economic development, they continue to face numerous challenges. The fund, she added, is meant to promote sustainable and responsive businesses, creating an enabling environment and access to finance.
With the substantial increase in the number of startups and entrepreneurs that we've witnessed in the last decade or more, it is imperative that these businesses and associations are supported to scale up their ventures, especially when a significant portion of these businesses are youth and women-led.
Fatou Mbenga Jallow, the Youth Empowerment Project Coordinator and Senior Technical Advisor at the International Trade Center, emphasized the ITC's commitment to empowering women by supporting their businesses.
The GCCI is one of our key partners when it comes to the work of the ITC in the Gambia, and our cooperation covers many areas which has grown from year to year. We have worked together on training, on coaching, business linkages, trade fairs, and again, let me say also more recently when it comes to supporting women in having a greater, participation when it comes to public procurement.
The EU ambassador to the Gambia, Corrado Pampaloni, highlights the importance of the initiative adding that the EU is committed to supporting the Gambia.
The Challenge Fund looks at solutions that foster and accelerate sustainable growth. Women and girls are disproportionately impacted by environmental degradation and climate change. This initiative prioritizes avenues and solutions that spur green growth.
478 entrepreneurs applied for the fund, out of which 3 entrepreneurs with the best business innovative solutions were selected. Marie-Madeleine Mendy, the founder of Deka Choka Enterprise, one of the winners of the award, was handed a check for $400,000. She explains her plans.
When you look at production without processing, there will be a big gap because we don't have cold stores where we can store this produce, and agricultural produce are mostly perishable. So this will serve us a chance to provide processing services, provide skills, provide a ready market for rural women. So I'm just excited and happy.
2 other winners were handed checks of $300,000 each. GCCI provides essential business opportunities and services, creating a conducive business environment for its members. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sise.
And we now go for a short commercial break, but the news continues when we return.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
I am the light goddess. Everything I touch turns into light. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q-Power. I am Q-Cell. I am Sunibus. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. Be reminded you're watching QTV News, coming to you live from our studios along Kairaba Avenue, and I am Ansumana Esonyasi. Now, the Directorate of Health Research under the Ministry of Health on Tuesday released the finding of a survey on COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Gambia. Abibatu Sise reports.
From the start of the outbreak of coronavirus in the Gambia, efforts were made to contain the spread of the virus. Global efforts resulting in vaccine production has given hope to the world to combat the virus. However, myths and misconceptions about the vaccine has caused vaccine reluctance in the Gambia. According to Seni Sane, Director of Health Research at the Ministry of Health, the survey targeted community members and health workers within the Western regions 1 and 2. Director Sane explains the factors that discourage people from taking the vaccine.
Every Gambian will tell you that on my WhatsApp, at least you receive an audio or a video describing the going vaccine in trying to discourage people taking the vaccine. Some were even saying if you take the vaccine, it will compromise your fertility. And we all know in our setting, our norms and culture, anything that now deter us from getting our fertility right, then obviously the acceptance of that particular vaccine will be very low. And some even related to politics.
Although some are willing to take the vaccine, the survey further reveals that vaccine hesitancy is still high in the country because some people don't trust the safety and efficacy of the vaccine.
A particular health worker, a senior health worker for that matter, said he is not going to take the vaccine unless and until he sees maybe several other people who have taken it and they have not gotten a problem. So you can understand, if somebody who is in the domain of health, a senior person for that matter, things like that, what of the people surrounding that guy, you know? So that's why, still now, as a country, we do not get the desired number that we wanted to have.
24 community members and 12 health workers participated in the survey, which also reveals that many who took the vaccine were positive in spreading the message. The Director of Health Research urges people to take the vaccine.
Inform them that the vaccine is safe, efficacious, and it can prevent them from having, even if those who happen to get the infection after the vaccination, which means your risk of severity is very low. And your chances of even dying from the disease is also very minimal.
Some of the recommendations of the survey are that the Ministry of Health should strengthen sensitization programs on the media, community engagement, and vaccination campaigns to clear misconceptions about COVID-19. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sise.
Now, Inco Gambia, a renowned industrial power tools and hardware shop in partnership with Hydra Foam Manufacturing Limited on Wednesday opened a new showroom at Churchillstown near the fire station. Ajibintu Drame tells us more.
The newly opened shop in Churchillstown is among 12 shops Inco operates at various locations across the country, including in Basse, Bansang, Jarosoma, Birkama, Yundum, Jabang, Sukuta Junction, Jimpex, amongst others. The world-renowned brand expanded their business from Senegal to the Gambia in 2017, provides industrial power tools and accessories, hand tools, hardware, and safety products designed to make life easier for artisans in various construction, building, and manufacturing fields. Dauda Wage, the general manager of Inco Gambia, explains.
Secondly, like showroom you melni, they promote youth employment. Because almost 7 people.
We have quality products, and these kind of showrooms promote youth employment. The showroom we are inaugurating here have at least 7 employees. Before employing them, we train them for 4 months on IT, electronic gadgets, and how to use these materials.
Dauda Wage shares word of advice.
We all are youths. It is not necessary to take the back way. We can possibly work in the Gambia and be successful. I advise the youths to learn first and have skills, which can get them jobs. Let them refrain from taking the back way.
Amadou Njai, an employee at Hydra Foam Manufacturing Limited, urged youths not to take the back way, but try to make it here like he has doors.
I was a teacher. I taught for 7 good years. But looking at it, I know that yes, only one side of it cannot make it. So I decided to expand myself into another thing. We as a company, as Hydra Foam Manufacturing, led by the CEO, Suleiman Hydra, happen to have a joint business with Inco, Kalilu Wage. Today is an important day for us. Yes, we came here today to inaugurate a new branch in Churchillstown. What is more important about Inco here is all prices are the same in any location you go in the Gambia. So we as a company, we deal with building materials, we deal with foam, mattresses, we deal with money transfers, we deal with electronics. We decided to extend this because we are employing a lot of Gambians every day.
Ismaila Jallo, Inco Churchillstown showroom manager, had this to say.
This branch is very important here because from Jimpex to here there is no Inco shop on the highway. Only we have it here on Sukuta. And before you go into Jimpex or go into Sukuta, you can just come here and buy materials.
Inco will also inaugurate a new branch at Senegambia on November 20th. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
Now, following the opening of the tourist season last month and the arrival of flights bringing tourists into the country, restaurant, hotel and bar owners in the Senegambia area are hopeful of a better tourist season this year. Loliam Kamara tells us more.
Stakeholders in the tourism industry have expressed delight about the opening of the season after the industry was closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Restaurant and other business owners are optimistic that this year's season will be better compared to last year. Babu Jamme, the manager of the Swiss Bar and Restaurant, said the season has just started and they are already seeing some improvement. However, he feared that the upcoming election might affect this season.
My fear is now this 2021 elections that we are facing,
If it's peaceful, definitely it will be a very good bumper harvest for tourism 2021.
Syrian Prera, the manager of Meeting Point Restaurant, states that since the start of the season and the arrival of the first flight, business has been going well for them.
Well, the improvement, for me, it's improving, not like 2 years ago. So for me, I think this season it's going to work well, because what I saw this first week since we opened, it has been going well and it has been coming in, like how we used to say it. But let's hope for the best though, but it's going to be good.
Aliou Badou Kamara, a tourist taxi driver who has been in the business for many years, said he has struggled in the past 2 years to make ends meet. He shared similar sentiments regarding the upcoming elections.
Hopefully we're thinking that tourists will come. But you see right now, we are in election and all stuff. People are having fear about the election to come. That's the most fear of all tourists that's happening. Maybe the ones are coming, they are the ones that usually come here like often. Every year they usually come. Those are the ones come. But the new ones, they are not out here yet.
Yohindra Singarawat, Sunil K. Charasiya, serves at an Indian restaurant, said things are now getting better compared to last year. Per Gomez, a security guard at Meeting Point Restaurant, shares his expectations for this year's tourist season.
In just a few years,
I expect to see great changes in the tourism sector this year, because we have been doing nothing for the past 2 years due to COVID-19, which was very difficult for us as family heads. As businesses get back on track in the tourism sector, business owners are confident that this year's tourist season will work better for them, even though it comes in the middle of a presidential election. Regarding COVID-19, the restaurant owners we spoke to said all safety and preventive guidelines are in place to prevent the spread of the virus. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
And a report there by Lolly M. Kamara brings to an end this bulletin. But join us at 10 p.m. for another bulletin. Until then, here's the recap. President Barrow has called on the IEC to order the Gambia Democratic Congress to desist from granting former President Yahya Jammeh the platform to make inciting comments. The Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Touré, on Wednesday laid the foundation stones for the expansion of the Battle Harding Highway and the ultra-modern VVIP lounge, alongside with the inauguration of the rehabilitated Banjul International Airport Terminal. A petition filed at the High Court by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay of Citizens Alliance following his disqualification as a candidate for the presidential election of December 4, 2021 has been adjourned to Thursday, 18th November at 2 p.m. and Friday, 19th November at 10 a.m. Following the launching of a $1 million challenge fund for women entrepreneurs, the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, with support from partners, held an award ceremony for the winners. And in our 10 p.m. news, we will bring you a special report on the press conference called by government ministries in response to the recent fuel shortage crisis. Do join us at 10 p.m. for more news.